What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another little Durk video. So in my last video I told you about how he was pushing back on prosecutors trying to use his lyrics and his videos as evidence against him. Well, the prosecutors are doubling down on wanting to use his lyrics and visuals as evidence. So let's get into this article by Rolling Stone. Federal prosecutors are urging a judge to deny Lil Durk's request to bar his lyrics, music videos, and related imagery from being used as evidence at his upcoming federal M for Hire trial, pushing back against claims that the material would unfairly prejudice a jury. According to documents obtained by Rolling Stone and Vibe, the prosecution argues that excluding the rapper's own words and visual content would improperly limit jurors' ability to evaluate relevant evidence tied directly to the charges he faces. Durk, born Durk Devontae Banks, is accused of orchestrating a bounty on rap rival Quando Rondo that allegedly culminated in the 2022 pow-powing in Los Angeles that unalived Rondo's cousin Savea Lil Pab Robinson. Prosecutors contend that the alleged plot was motivated by retaliation for the November 2020 unaliving of Durk's close friend and only the family artist King Von, who passed away following a physical altercation with Quando Rondo outside an Atlanta lounge. As part of their case, federal prosecutors have presented multiple music videos and audio files that they say demonstrate Durk's intent, motive, and leadership role within OTF. These visuals include the music video for Risky, which was released 2 months after Robinson's unaliving, as well as lyrics from Durk's song Aha Rumors featuring Gucci Mane and Hanging with Wolves. In addition, several Durk tracks featuring co-defendant DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, who raps under the name D-Ski, were submitted as evidence by the prosecution. According to court documents, several of Durk's lyrics are alleged to reference the underlying violence and his purported involvement in funding or directing acts against rivals. Among the material cited is Durk's opening lines from his appearance on Nardo Wick's Who Want Smoke remix. They be on my page like Sly for Vaughn. I know they trolling me. Got it back in blood. Y'all just don't know that's how it's supposed to be. Durk rhymes on the Charged Up Posse cut, which also features 21 Savage and G Herbo. Prosecutors argue that lyrics such as these bolster their contention that Durk was the leader of OTF who funded his co-conspirators' violence against rivals, including by placing bounties. Prosecutors also point to an unreleased track featuring Booney Mo, allegedly found on a co-defendant's cell phone, titled Scoom His Ass, which they say references the events surrounding Robinson's unaliving. The lyrics include Poppin' Traffic, We in Cali, Ride Through Beverly Hills with Choppers, Bounty Hunter. Federal authorities have noted that Beverly Hills is in close proximity to the Beverly Grove gas station where Robinson was fatally unalived. In opposing the defense's motion, prosecutors maintain that preventing jurors from hearing or seeing this material would undermine the judicial process. They argue that granting the request would diminish the jury's role to weigh defendants' own words, particularly when the government believes those words are directly connected to the charged conspiracy. Durk's legal team initially filed its motion in January, asserting that the proposed evidence carries an extraordinary risk of unfair prejudice. The defense further argued that the government failed to adequately contextualize the music it seeks to introduce. The notices of which musical evidence is being used do not identify who authored the lyrics, when they were created, whether the defendant adopted them, or how the government connects each specific excerpt to any particular fact in dispute, the brief reads. Without this basic information, the court cannot determine whether the music evidence is temporally connected to the charged conspiracy or too temporally distant to qualify as part of the same transaction. Durk remains incarcerated after his October 2024 arrest in Florida. He was taken into custody near Miami International Airport after authorities said he had booked multiple international flights, prompting concerns that he may have been attempting to flee the country. He is currently being held without bond as he awaits trial. So the government is claiming that these aren't just songs, these are alleged confessions that tie directly into motive and intent. And like I questioned in my last video, like, how far do we go with this? I think that if they're allowed to present these lyrics as evidence, once they hear these charged lyrics, it's over for Durk. I mean, he's gonna be completely cooked, because if these jurors are not familiar with rap music, they're going to hear that and they're not going to be able to separate performance from reality. But you guys let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Do you think that it's fair for them to use his lyrics and his visuals as evidence, or do you think that there should be a line drawn and they shouldn't be able to use them? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will continue to follow this story, so go ahead and subscribe if you're interested, and I will see you in the next one.